this webinar is fully dedicated to the Champagne region. So I will start by introducing myself. My name is Bertrand. I'm the president CEO of Découvertes DMC France. And today is Marc-Edouard. Where are you located exactly, Marc-Edouard?
I'm in the Champagne region for sure, because I'm a child from the region. But we are in the south of the region, a big opportunity to be between Champagne and Burgundy. We are in Troyes, in the south of the Champagne. So I work mainly in my region, my lovely region, but it's true that I work also in Burgundy.
Yeah, and today the webinar is about Champagne.
Yes.
Is only about Champagne, and we have in mind to offer you soon to come Burgundy webinar. And Marc-Edouard is one of our experts. It's been a few years that we have been working together, collaborating together for the best. And so I think we have a few nice bookings coming together, nice experiences. Marc-Edouard, you want to provide a comment about one experience that you have planned for us?
Yes, we will say then on this Monday, we will have a beautiful program of 10 days experiences in Champagne, but in another region in the south. We don't talk about this region today. So a nice experience with access to beautiful houses, like houses not accessible to the public, but we can have some access, and for you, we obtain it.
Okay, yeah, and we will come back on that, how we manage to get very exclusive experiences, very exclusive accesses, whenever sometime we consider this is impossible, and how we create together the magic for our clients. So, Marc-Edouard, it's been, I think, 4 or 5 years that we are collaborating together. I would like first, before starting talking about Champagne, go through Découvertes presentation very briefly. This webinar is not about this website, but just we encourage you to visit it. You have plenty of tips and features, including few experiences, many of our hotels, many villas, chalets in the Alps, and so on. Also, if you explore the experiences, we have any possible experiences that we can offer you. On this website, you have a blog, so don't hesitate to use any of these articles. This is really for you guys. Share it to the clients. This platform is about helping you guys to sell France as a luxury destination. This is exactly what we will discuss today with Marc-Edouard. So we are today talking about France. We are talking about here, Reims is here. This is the Champagne region, and Châlons. So these are the two main cities. Marc-Edouard is somewhere here, right?
Yes.
How do we commute from Paris? Because most of our clients, they stay in Paris and they want to go to Champagne, to the Champagne region, or they arrive in Paris and want to jump immediately to the Champagne region. So we have many options. What the options are, please. How do we go to your regions? Tell us.
Yes, there is different options. To come in the Champagne region, first, it is possible to go in fast train, TGV. It is really easy, 45 minutes to come, really, really easy to come.
Yeah, so here we have two options, right? From Charles de Gaulle, direct train to Reims, or Gare de l'Est, East Station in Paris, 42 minutes exactly. So we organize a transfer for you guys. We reserve you a premium first-class seat, 42 minutes, and at the other side, bingo, Marc-Edouard on one of his guides is waiting for you of course, in a Mercedes.
It's a beautiful opportunity to take the fast train, because all the people don't have fast trains. So for us French, it is normal, but for all the other countries, it is not normal. It is
this is a wonderful experience for Americans.
So first, fast train, first possibility. Second, by car. So we take generally 2 hours, but generally it is less. It is 1 hour and 45 minutes by car with your private driver. Will come to pick you up at your hotel and to go directly in the vineyard. So it is really comfortable and easy. And the third opportunity, it is by helicopter. Helicopter, it is 40 minutes around that to arrive at the Prunet airport, or in the Champagne house. We have a lot of Champagne houses that have the possibility to welcome the helicopter And so you can directly arrive in the champagne house, so near to the vineyard. So that is
and you welcome the clients in these vineyards, in
exactly.
these big houses, which is absolutely amazing. And here we can arrange many different tastings.
The East Champagne in the new opportunity, the new trend, because there's a lot, and we will talk about that. There is a lot of beautiful new things in the Champagne
new
region.
gold rush. So today we will briefly talk about hotels, but exclusively about experiences. I think, Marc-Edouard, as a first, you want to take us through what we sometimes consider as a capital of the Champagne, but it's not always true, depending on the point of view, right? So there we go.
The term of capital, there is three possibilities. So the first one, the economical capital, it is Reims or Reims.
Okay.
Second possibility, capital, it is Champagne capital, the capital of the wine. It is Epernay. And third possibility, the historical capital is Troyes, in the south of the Champagne region. About Reims, Reims is the nickname of the city is the crowning city because it is a place where the most part of the Champagne kings were baptized and so coronated.
The French kings, was, you mean?
Sorry? French kings, yes.
French kings, not the Champagne kings.
No, the French kings, for sure.
The French rulers, yes.
This cathedral is important. It looks like the Notre-Dame de Paris, but it is not Notre-Dame de Paris. It is the Notre-Dame de Reims. Important because, as I said, the most part of the French kings were baptized and so coronated in this place. And it is also a symbol of the war because the Champagne region, Reims, near important period of history, the World War I, and so the cathedral took some how can I say some problems with the World War I, and was a symbol of the friendship between German and French. So the cathedral was destroyed in parts and rebuilt, and there was a symbol of the friendship. So Reims is also the high gastronomy, some of the most important restaurant of France. For example, l'Assiette Champenoise. It is a 3 Michelin starred restaurant, one of the best French restaurants. We can talk
about few wonderful hotels and many big houses in Reims. All right, we have to move to the, we have to pay attention because Marc-Edouard, when we push on the button, talks about, and it's it's with me that will be difficult. The two of us. Next is around Reims is what we call the Reims Champagne, but also the mountains. But the Reims, why do we talk about mountain of Reims? Because it doesn't look very high.
For us it is high. For us it is high. It is
I understood that. Champagne. Yeah.
Maybe you know that the Champagne region is took part of the UNESCO World Heritage 10 years ago. And the Coteaux de Champagne, Coteaux, it is a little hill, are really important for the vineyard because without those hills, we would have the possibility to develop the vineyard because we need sun. And with this hill, we have the possibility to have more rainbow and more maturity on the grapes. So the Montagne de Reims is one of the vineyards of the region with a big part of Pinot Noir. And with some beautiful place and some beautiful growers in this vineyard. So fresh Pinot Noir.
Yeah. So here and Pinot Noir, it's the grapes are black. So you introduce here immediately a distinction what is important. We do champagne wines with black grapes, Pinot Noir, and also white grapes. So we have Blanc de Blanc, white from black, and mixed, right?
Exactly. The champagne is a white wine, but made with mainly black grape, Pinot Noir and Meunier. 67% of the different grape varieties of the Champagne region. So that is a particularity, white wine from black grape mainly.
Okay, we will continue this discussion and these distinctions here, but now we move to again another place, which is the second capital of Champagne, which is Epernay, where most of the big names, the big houses are settled, right?
Yes, it is the heart of the champagne production. Épernay, Épernay, après AI, after AI.
Mm.
It is an important city. It is a village of all the growers, not just the growers, but also the big houses like Moët Chandon, Perrier-Jouët, etc. But it is a village of the growers. It is a champagne capital, the nickname. I can say it is the essence of Champagne. You cannot
Mhm,
come in
mhm.
Champagne and don't go to Épernay and see the avenue de Champagne. What you see here, it is the avenue de Champagne. I will not talk a lot about this avenue. I can talk a lot, but it is not. We don't have the time. But this avenue
Yeah, but
was
on every side we have a private mansion with a big
we
house
this
of,
avenue
yeah,
was totally sleeping 10 years ago, and now
yeah,
due to the UNESCO World Heritage is totally living. You have to go. All the champagne houses have a bar, a restaurant, a place to enjoy champagne. It is a must do.
yeah, yeah. And indeed we do.
Yes.
We take your clients here and they have a good time. Well, pay attention. Well, half blood, half champagne is a good mix, right? So now around Epernay, Côte de Blanc, again, this is the equivalent of the Reims Mountains, right?
Yes, the Côte des Blancs is a treasure of Champagne. It is
Yeah.
the vineyard within with the most part of Chardonnay. In the Montagne de Reims, you have mainly Pinot Noir. In the Vallée de la Marne, Marne Valley, you have mainly Meunier. And in the Côte des Blancs, you have mainly Chardonnay. Côte des Blancs, white coast. White coast, white for the grape, Chardonnay, and white for the soil, chalk. And it is in this vineyard that you have the most iconic cuvée, Clos du Ménil, Krug, Comte de Champagne come from the Côte des Blancs, Perrier-Jouët, La Belle Époque come mainly from the Côte des Blancs. All the best one. Solos, Jacques Solos, one of the best growers. Agrippa.
Stop. I love champagne, so I'm starting freaking out now. So,
Um,
okay. So now we move to Vallée de la Marne. What is Vallée de la Marne? Again, this is another region, right? So
yes,
this is many regional distinctions here for us.
the Vallée de la Marne is one of the vineyard of Champagne, and the Vallée de
Mhm.
la Marne is in the west part of Épernay. So,
Mhm.
and it is mainly Meunier in this vineyard. So Pinot Noir, black grape variety, very fruity. Chardonnay, white grape variety, more acidic. And Meunier, the Meunier is a black grape variety, but more round, more tasty, more generous,
Mhm.
more
Mhm.
balanced.
Mhm.
You have
Okay,
the daddy is Pinot Noir, mother is Chardonnay, and between you have the
okay.
Meunier between
Let's
both.
try to put it in a nutshell. That means that the distinctions that we want to provide to our fellow travel agents is when you are on the ground, you learn of these distinctions, all these regions, what the wines are, and how we create a champagne wine. So, Marc-Edouard, frankly, before going ahead, how do we create a champagne? It is one grape, or what is it? What is it, and where does it come from?
Generally, people imagine champagne is champagne, but champagne is not just champagne. Champagne, it is more, most of that. It is there is a lot of mosaic of champagne. So the basic one, the basic champagne is blending, the BSA, brut sans année. BSA, it is a blending of different grapes, Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Pinot Meunier, from different plots, different kind of terroir, and from different years. So that is a particularity of champagne. So this idea of the champagne, totally in opposite with the Bourgogne. Bourgogne, it is the opposite. It is one grape, one plot, one year. Champagne, it is a blending. It is our savoir-faire. It is our know-how, our talent. But since years, we develop different kind of champagne because the palate evolved. And people want to enjoy different kind of champagne. One grape, Blanc de Blanc, as you said, Blanc de Noir, one year, vintage, or different low dosage with less sugar inside, or with aging in oak barrel, or aging in terracotta eggs, or biodynamic, or with different approach. So champagne is a blending, okay? 90% of the cuvées are like that, but there is a real trend, and you need to come in champagne to understand this evolution of champagne with this new typicity.
Okay, so I believe we have a little bit anticipate on a topic that we're supposed to address after, but I was wanted that you explain that now. So
Sorry.
we move together to another one, which is now a city, which is that you mentioned, which is Troyes, with a
Yes.
wonderful, again, an amazing Gothic cathedral, with probably a little of Roman influence, where the cathedral, the Reims Cathedral, is really flamboyant parts. So the late Middle Age, and we are talking about the 13, exactly like Notre Dame, late 12th century, 13th century. Here, probably this is a little bit sooner. And
Yes.
this city, why should we go to Troyes, Marc-Edouard?
It is a rabbit in the hat. Troyes.
Okay.
No, it's a joke. But when we talk about Champagne, what is easy is to say that, okay, I will go in Reims, for sure. Okay, I will go in Épernay. Évidemment, you need to go in these cities because when you go in
Évidemment,
the
for you
north,
guys, is for sure. Huh?
sorry.
Yes, just I'm
Sorry.
making the translation. Yeah, okay.
But
Yeah, yeah,
when you go in New York, you go to see the Empire for sure. It's for sure. Sorry.
yeah,
So it
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
important. So
You're like Mr. Macron, huh? Okay, come on,
yes, look like.
come on, Marc-Edouard. Yeah, yeah.
When you come in Champagne, it's normal to go in Reims and Épernay. But to go in Troyes, it's the opportunity to discover another kind of Champagne region. We produce Champagne in the region of Troyes. We have, for example, Drapier, Fleury, other producers like that. But it is
I
another.
drink Rapier. I like Rapier with a zero champagne, that no sugar addition. I like it very
Oh,
much.
totally,
Yeah.
totally. And Troyes, it is another opportunity. You have the champagne, the proud champagne. You have the worldwide known champagne, so Reims Epernay. You have the big brand and also the important growers in the north of the Champagne. But in the south, you have an approach more local, more family, more craft, and also more biodynamic, more organic. So it is
Mhm.
another approach. And in Troyes, you have another architecture, more Middle Age, another history with the great men, Napoleon, De Gaulle, Renoir, Rachy, etc., etc., and a gastronomy more local with some cheese, with some charcuterie. So it
Mhm.
is more a slow tourism approach in Troyes.
Yeah. So what we should also understand is that this region is not only Reims. So most of our clients, most of our tourists, they go one day back and forth to discover what the Champagne is. But the Champagne region is also, if you if we carefully look at the images that we went through already, it's wonderful landscape. So hiking, biking is also feasible. Slow, good food and slow food. So we have a lot of opportunity around to stay and a lot of possibilities. We don't talk about hotellerie today, about hotels, but believe me, we have fantastic 5-star hotels and palaces in this region, and we are with Découverte. You come to us, we have the contracts, 20% off, rack rate, and we know how to serve you. Now, Côte des Bars, quickly, Marc-Edouard, because it's already 24. We have 10
Yes,
minutes
just
left.
quickly,
Yeah.
it is a vineyard of Champagne, most in the south. So it is
Mhm.
a Pinot Noir, generous, fruity, and it is more a local family grower craft approach of Champagne with a little touch of Burgundy.
Okay, here is now we are a new chapter, which is the art and champagne, and we are again talking about the terroir influences. Why this point here? What do you want to tell us here with this image? Wonderful tourist image, by the way. People in vineyards, this is what like we like walking into the vineyards and drink into the vineyards. But why? What do you want to tell us here?
Terroir, during decades and decades, we didn't talk about terroir in Champagne. Champagne was just Champagne, a brand. But Champagne now is not just a brand. Champagne is a message of society, of a place, of a period, a moment of the history. And so terroir can explain, can show this message, can show this souvenir. And so terroir for me is three things. Terroir is what we have under our feet, so the soil, the underground. I will not talk a lot about that. Terroir is also what we have on the sky, so the sun, the rain, the wind, the slope of the hill. And terroir is a third thing. So terroir is also the know-how, the capacity to take the nature and to develop it. So terroir is three things. And so terroir of Champagne is unique because we have a lot of chalk, different kind of chalk, Crétacé or Chiméridien. We have a lot of chalk and a climate really typical with a lot of rain, a lot of wind permanence, but also a lot of sun during the summer, and a know since centuries and centuries. We produce wine since centuries and centuries, and champagne since centuries too. So we have this technique. So terroir in Champagne is really typical and specific, and we cannot find any other wine look like Champagne in other vineyards. Champagne is just from the Champagne due to this concept.
We have 8 minutes left, Marc-Edouard. Okay,
Sorry.
So now we are talking about, okay, terroir influence, we understood that. Terroir and France, we pay a lot of attention with the territory, with the people here around, that's what you say, on the ground. And all the influences between and relation between the population and the ground here, what provides the ground that Now, grape variety is, we have basically more than 3 varieties, but these are the mains. So Pinot Noir, Meunier, Pinot Blanc Chardonnay. So I don't want to spoil your image, but okay, we move. And blending. So again, Marc-Edouard, please explain to us how we create a champagne.
Blending
and this is what we discover when we visit a house, right?
Exactly. Blending is an art. In a Krug Grand Cuvée, you have more than 100 origins, like in perfume. Champagne is like perfume. You need to understand the origin, the fragrance, and to blend it and to imagine this blend for the future. Because when you blend this acidity of Chardonnay with this fruity of Pinot Noir and this generosity of Meunier, and you imagine this wine not for in 1 year, for in 10 years, you will imagine the impact of the oxidation. That is an art. So this is the signature of the big champagne houses, but also of growers. I do really quickly.
Okay. So yeah, congratulations. So after this process, we have the aging period. So yes. How long could be an aging period? Minimum, maximum?
Minimum 15 months for a non-vintage, a BSA, and minimum 3 years for a vintage or unique year in the bottle. But generally, the producer do twice. Okay. So that is unique in the world, this long aging.
And the places, of course, where do we age these wines?
In the cellar.
So in the cellars, in the ground.
The crayère in Reims, that is typical of Reims. And we have also other kind of cellars, more young in Épernay. So 2 kind of cellars, Reims, Crayère, Épernay, more regular cellar.
Okay, so if I understood correctly, Marc-Edouard, what we see here used to be exactly like in Paris or the Loire Valley. That was quarries that we transformed into places to age the wines.
Exactly, quarries are used for to create the city of France.
So the aging process, do you want to add any point about the aging process? Or we are okay with that?
It is the key of the future of the wine.
Okay. Now we go, what is a prestige cuvée?
Prestige cuvée is Dom Pérignon, is Cristal Roederer, is Belle Époque of Perrier-Jouët, is Comte de Champagne. It is our treasure, the treasure of the Champagne region, history, savoir-faire, technique, and that is the the most iconic cuvée of Champagne.
Yeah, so that brings me the point that when you communicate with our experience designers, it's very important that you ask your clients which name they have in mind when they talk about champagne. What do they drink as a champagne? And if they collect what they have in the cellar. And based on this information, we will go to Marc Edouard and his colleagues, and we will design the itineraries. And which, of course, the next question is, what would be the dream experience? What would be the dream visit? What would be the dream wine tasting? If it's a vertical wine tasting or whatever, based on that, based on this creative conversation with your clients, we can create the magic. So champagne tasting experiences, this is all about what we're talking here. So basically, champagne tasting experiences. Sorry to talk instead of you, but what we provide here with Marc Edouard and other colleagues are from very simple wine tastings. You join a small group in a well-renowned house, and or you make it completely exclusive for more expensive experience. And the more exclusive will be vertical wine tasting, which is what Marc Edouard explained, which is you will compare the same champagne years after years, 4 different champagnes, the same one, but with three different years, for example. So just keep in mind that with already what Marc Edouard explained, the experiences are almost endless, and we can spend a lot of time in Champagne. And now, a day tour in Champagne. Marc Edouard, here you push this image just to tease us with why that image for here.
Yes, because Champagne a day tour is great. A Champagne stay is better, but a Champagne day tour is the first step to discover the Champagne region. You have to discover the cathedral, you have to taste Champagne for sure, but first of all, you have to go in the vines, in the vineyard. You have to discover vineyards, and that is the first step. And after you discover a big Champagne house, you enjoy a lunch, a picnic, an experience, creative experience in a Champagne house, a gastronomic experience, to discover a part of the region, like the cathedral, like a cooperage, like a cheesemaker, like an experience in an old-fashioned car, and after meet a grower. That is a perfect type of day tour in Champagne.
Yeah. But because again, let's try to remember that we have in mind these big houses, and we have these small local peasants and growers that owns a small land. And these people, in fact, the big houses, they buy the wines from these small vineyards, and they blend all these. So none of these big houses, these big names that provide and gather the wines all abroad and worldwide, they could serve. They don't have enough wines that they produce on their own lands, so they have to. And so, first is basically we should understand what is a big house, what they produce, and so on. And that is really a key point to understand, to go to these small producers, as Marc Edouard said, and to see really what it is, this work of these small producers. Heritage getaways. Marc Edouard.
Yes, when you come in Champagne, you have to discover also the history of King of France, to discover the history of the Knight Templars, because the Order of the Knight Templars was created in the Champagne region. Local crafts, you have to discover the culinary experiences. We have a lot in Champagne.
So many Champagne tastings. We said that Champagne. Yes. Commented tasting also. That commented tasting is with an expert that explains us all the distinctions. So the range of experiences in Champagne is almost endless. So really, this is important that we really talk about your clients, really talk about the experiences that they are looking for, and making that we can create the magic. Again, remember that for us, creating an itinerary is really a creative conversation that you started with your clients, and we respond, and we want to push as far as you want and the clients these creative conversations before everything, making sure that you have the ideal and perfect itineraries for you. This is really not very difficult. It's just a little time, but this is our job to push the lines when it comes to the creativity. Lunches, dinners, the gastronomic experience is huge in Champagne. So we have a lot of restaurants, Michelin star restaurants, and other restaurants where we have Champagne pairings in the houses as well, Marc-Edouard, correct?
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
It is totally something really new. A lot of houses and growers develop their own experience about food and champagne, because champagne is not just for aperitif, champagne is not just for dessert, champagne, it is a really gastronomic experience. You have a champagne for all the food specialties, mainly cheese.
Okay, we have to go a little faster. Just one thing, that last distinction before talking about a few hotels, the impacts of the glass on the champagne.
That is a great experience, because you taste the same champagne in different kind of glass, in different atmosphere, at different moment of the year, and you will discover a champagne all the time different. So do this test, try that. It is a big surprise to discover a different kind of champagne, but it is the same one normally. The different kind of champagne in all the different glasses. It open your mind about the impact of the glass.
Yeah. So first basic experience is you take several different glasses, the same champagne, you pour this champagne in these different glasses, taste it, and compare it. Nothing to be related. Extraordinary.
And that is important to come in Champagne to discover that it is huge.
A few accommodation, because I said that we will fully talk about accommodation, but still we have to go through that. So the Royal Champagne is really, as you can see, this is very nice. This is within the vineyards with amazing views over the vineyards, large room, Michelin star restaurants, fantastic spa, a place to stay. This is American farms here, by the way, that created this place. Yes. And this is really like a big ship, like a big transatlantic. But you are not floating on the oceans. You are now floating on a sea of champagne in the vineyards, exactly as you can see. The Crayères in Reims, 5-star hotel. It's really an iconic hotel in Reims. Again, Michelin star restaurant, very famous restaurant. It's a place to stay. It's a place to have dinner or lunch. It's really, we love that place. Fantastic, very nice park by the way. Hostellerie de Becqueterie recently sold with a new ownership, and for the best, by the way, because they cleaned the garden, restored all the rooms. So this is really a very decent hotel now. That was not always the case for us. We were a bit reluctant to have clients here, but now absolutely a place to go, very nice. Also, as you can see, within the countryside, closer to Épernay than to Reims. So this is a different experience, and this is very nice, and the rooms are very, very nice. La Sète Champenoise, Tinqueux. So Tinqueux, so you can see here that in Reims and in this region, we have many, many houses designed on the turn of the 19th and 20th century, as you can see here. This is the Art Nouveau architecture with, of course, some prolongation. And La Sète Champenoise, it's one Michelin star restaurant, or 2 stars, one star. Three, sorry. And a very small hotel that I like very much is Hotel de Sacy with its 12 rooms, This is really a gateway for the Parisians. In weekend time, they rush in this place. This is really a very intimate hotel, very nice. And La Caserne de Chanzy, 5-star hotel in the middle of Reims, facing the cathedral, close to the cathedral. Very nice. And in all these places, with Découverte, we have contract, we have 20% off, and we know where to accommodate your clients. Our expert designers, they stay. At least one of them stayed once for a weekend time in these places, and they know exactly what they are, what you can expect, and what the experience is. And now, Loisium.
Loisium is an hotel opened recently in the heart of the forest with a view on the vineyard. It is more a Scandinavian style. It is a 4-star, but it will be a 5-star in a few months. And they have 100 rooms. They have a style, really, you go in the nature. When you arrive in Loisium, you go in the nature, and that is really pleasant.
DM Galerie La Licorne in Troyes. So again, in a good excuse. And this is very nice hotel. So M Galerie, this is a French brand. It's a 4-star hotel. That's not that expensive, by the way. La Maison de Champagne. So just to tell you, we have many different possibilities in Reims. So Marc-Edouard, thank you so much. Probably we have a few questions.
We have one question. Someone's asking how to get between Reims and Épernay if you take the train from Paris and don't have a rental car.
You walk? No? Marc-Edouard, what do you think?
No, you don't walk.
No. Okay.
By car is possible.
So, it's 1 hour distance, driving distance between the two cities. A bit more, no?
Less. Between Reims and Épernay, it is 30 minutes, around that.
30 minutes.
It can be it can be more. It can be more, and it can be 1 hour, depending of the traffic and depending of the vineyard works. But you can have a car for sure, and we with Bertrand and Découverte, we can help you for that. You can also take the train. There is a train between Reims and Épernay city centers, so it is also possible. By bike, I think it is too.
Yeah, but frankly, this is the opportunity. My advice would be: this is an opportunity if you want to commute from Reims to Troyes or to Épernay, to have a tour. And a guide, and you have wine experiences or other experiences with us, and we drive you. You end the day in your next place and hotel. That's it.
And to go to Troyes, it is more than 1 hour. From Reims to Troyes, it is 1 hour and 15 minutes.
I hope, guys, that you enjoyed this webinar. Thank you so much, Marc-Edouard. We understand how passionate you are and that you really love your territory, your grounds. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Have a very good day, a very good weekend. Next meeting is Fashion in Paris. Don't miss that. Fashion in Paris. Don't hesitate to follow us on our social networks. I encourage you, if you like these webinars, to invite one of your good colleagues, if not 2 of your good colleagues, for the next one. See you soon.
Thank you, Bertrand.
Goodbye.